look out for the Monroe Glucose D logo on the pack to ensure that you're getting premium quality. Monroe Glucose D is manufactured by Brand Monroe Limited.
The game is on. It's a game of fame, love, and betrayal. To remain in the game, watch your back and never lose your guard. Because when you do, you're out! The biggest reality show in Africa, Big Brother Naija Season 6 is back. Don't miss the intense drama this season. Showing 24/7 on DSTV Channel 198 with live eviction show on Sundays at 7 p.m. on Africa Magic. Headline sponsor Abeg. Associate sponsor Patricia. BB Naija is rated 18.
Good night, Susan.
Oh, good night, sir.
Hi. You need it when? Okay, we'll get it done. Guys, we can't leave. We've got to finish the client's order tonight.
Tonight? This time?
How about some top tea to cheer us up?
Tea. Top tea.
Only one bag of Top Tea makes 2 strong cups. So taste to know more flavor, enjoyment,
Great.
friendship, and upliftment.
Wow, this looks gorgeous.
Taste to know. Top Tea.
Bode, now what do you dey find for kitchen?
My dear, na spoon to drink off medicine.
Honey, take comics. Just here, drink, and get relief.
Yes, so summer comics for scratch throat. Comics get dextromethorphan and guanfacine. Just here, drink and get relief from cough. Idekulele to drink.
Are they relieved now? I love comics.
Now, Orange Drugs Limited, they distribute comics. Products will make you drowsy. If symptoms never stop after 3 days, make you waka go see your doctor. Comics, Idekulele.
On a cool day, what do you want to do?
Make you spice up your life.
As in, collect tea as it hot. And chilled Sprite to the cool body.
Give your favorite pepper meal that extra vibe with a chilled bottle of Sprite, now in a new bottle. Enjoy the refreshing lemon lime taste of Sprite no matter the heat.
Becky, come and have your cereal.
Mommy, can I have my cereal with Monroe Glucose D, please?
Can I also have my tea, please?
Of course, darling. As a mother, I choose Monroe Glucose D as the sweetener for all my family's cereal and beverages because it not only gives my family instant energy, Monroe Glucose D is enriched with calcium and vitamin D. When you're buying, look out for the Monroe Glucose D logo on the pack to ensure that you're getting premium quality. Monroe Glucose D is manufactured by Brand Monroe Limited.
Well, many thanks for staying with us here on Splash 105.5 FM. You're listening to Beyond the Surface for Monday morning. My name is Charity Jerome. Today we're taking a look at the controversy surrounding the recent news of proposed creation of states by the Senate. I already told you how we got here. It had been reported that the Senate was considering creating 20 new states. The Senate, on the other hand, is saying no, they are not. It's just part of the constitutional review amendment process, and they have not proposed for 20 states to be created. It's just some people's desires, which they are bound to take into consideration because that's what the process is about, but they have not proposed it as is being reported. And the area I want for us to go into now is the arguments for state creation that have been given in support of certain areas. For instance, Southern Kaduna. Kaduna State is one of the states that's been hit recently, but even before now, they've had this long-running issue with insecurity. There's been deaths, there've been crisis, there's been just devastation in that south part of the state. And for a lot of stakeholders from that region, they say that if they had their own state governed by one of their own, then they would have proper control over the security situation and be able to make decisions that can keep their people safe, stop the killings that is currently ongoing and the kidnappings. And they believe that they have a viable case for state creation. And it's part of what they submitted during the constitutional review process and the hearings that were carried out across different geopolitical zones a few weeks earlier. And that's one. So there are people that believe that that is a strong argument for creating a state, even if we shouldn't be considering it, or we should. A place like Kaduna and Kaduna South specifically should be given attention in that regard, because they really do need it. That's on one side. On the other side, for people who preach equity and fairness, they say the mere fact that a geopolitical zone in Nigeria has 5 states when compared to others who have 6 and even 7 in some cases is an anomaly. That if we're actually preaching fairness and equity, then at the very least, each of the 6 geopolitical zones of the country should consist of the same amount of states, regardless of the size. So people who propose this are saying that the Southeast, based on this argument, should be given at least one more state to jack them up to 6. Even if you're not going to give them 7, like some regions in the north, yeah? And you have that. There are people who passionately propose that and think that that's a strong argument for creation of new states. But as I said, we know what the situation of states around the country are, states across the country are at the moment. A lot of them depend on allocations from the federal government. Lagos is the only state that's been said to be able to run on its own without recourse to federal allocations. As a matter of fact, I have a document in front of me that tallies the internally generated revenue for 2020 state by state, and Lagos State was the only state that generated as high as 418.99 billion as IGR in 2020. You had some states generating very meager sums, and I mean some of it is embarrassing, to say the least. And it makes complete sense when you hear states owing workers months and months in arrears of salary. So there are people who are annoyed by just the mere fact that we have a situation where states are unable to run themselves financially efficiently, and then we're asking for more states. So you have all of these angles. But the question I'm putting to you, ladies and gentlemen, this morning, giving the angles and the arguments, do you think that we need creation of new states based on whatever criteria? Or do you think it's a no? Nobody, no region, no state whatsoever has a valid argument for the creation of new states based on the realities that we see from these states? I read out the list of the proposed states to you earlier, and there's actually Ibadan State to be carved out of Oyo State. Would you be in support of the creation of an additional state or additional states generally? What would be your argument for that? And how do you propose that this desire for the creation of more states, as we've seen expressed by some Nigerians in different regions, be considered by the Senate? Is this something that deserves attention, or is it not? Where do you stand? 0809-155-1055. The phone lines are open. 0809-155-1055, 0805-699-8678, or 0706-949 3000. You can also send a text message to either of those numbers and let us know what you think. What side of the argument are you on? And how would you suggest we go about it, especially in the light of realities, financial realities of some of our states and what the state governors at the helms of affairs have been able to do with the resources of those states? Good morning.
Good morning.
Hi, you're welcome to the show.
Yeah, my name is Adidas. I'm calling from Oluyede.
Thanks for calling, Adidas. So please go ahead. What's your take?
Yeah, my take on this issue of creation of your states is actually, I think it's preposterous. It doesn't make sense at this moment in time for the time to be thinking or to even be considering, okay, creating a referendum. It doesn't make sense right now because there are other pending issues and for states to be treated because, okay, if they have more states that it help them to cater for their security issues. These are not major issues right now. Number one, what is the federal government saying? What is the Senate doing as regards creation of state policing? What about the referendum that was generated during Jonathan's period? What are they doing about it? Those are agitations that are long-standing, not even this one of creation of states. I don't think this is the right thing right now.
Some people make the argument that if you create more states, you give, you make the regions or the states smaller so they can deal with their issues within themselves more efficiently than this entities that we have now, where some parts of the state are not getting attention from the governor because the state is too big. You think that is not?
That's actually the work of the local government. Having a state shrunk or large doesn't mean anything. That's the work of the local government. The local government take care of those regions. So I think there should actually be a redirection of focus to do creation of this. Rather, we should actually strengthen the local government. And then we should reduce the power of the center, spread it across, so we can get more people to benefit at the grassroots.
Fantastic position there. Thank you so much for calling this morning. I think I love the last thing you said about strengthening the local government and what roles that they should play in this. Very valid argument, no doubt about that. Good morning.
Good morning, Jerome.
Hi, Charles. Good to have you join us. Yes, welcome.
I think creating more space is a step in the right direction.
Okay.
Because it will make development to be rapid. It will be easier. Smaller they are, it will be easier for them to harness their resources together. Then, security-wise, it will be easy for the government to manage the states. Because if you look at some states in the north, they just have land mass all over the place. So, even in Ibadan here, there are some places that are not feeling government presence because they are so big. Then if you call these states, if you divide them and let them be smaller units, I think it will be easy for the government to manage it.
So what would you say to people that say to the fact that the ones that we have now, there's no money to manage them? Then why call for more states when the ones that we're having are basically bankrupt?
That's what I'm saying, that if they are smaller, it will be easy for them to recognize their potential because they are small. So they'll be able to manage it. If you look at some countries in the world, you see that those smaller countries, they grow rapidly. Because why? Because they are able to manage themselves, to manage their resources.
Okay.
So I think you said the right way. Thank you.
All right, Charles. Thank you very much. Let's see. Good morning.
Good morning, Shasha. How are you?
I am fine, thank you, sir.
So I'm from Oluyole.
Nice to have you join us.
Look, the idea of creating a more state it's horrible, honestly.
It's horrible, you said?
It's laudable.
Oh, laudable, great. Why do you think so?
The one we have right now, we cannot even maintain it, for God's sake. Why not give this? Why don't give the state the autonomy? Autonomy in such a way that the each state can go ahead and create more local government as much as they wish. You get what I'm saying?
Okay.
The whole Nigeria, it's not even not to 2 states in the US. I mean, a state like California or Texas, a whole Nigeria. How can somebody say the smaller the country or the state is, the better they can govern themselves? Govern with laws. We have states right now that cannot even pay salary of their workers. Are you with me?
Mm-hmm.
The best we can do is to go for this regional system. Where each state that is existing right now can go ahead and create more local government. The local government is what people need, not state. State cannot help. The one we have now, who does he help?
What would you say for the Southern Kaduna argument, though?
How many states have been carved out of that Kaduna that we are talking about now? If you still want to carve another state out of it, how many have they been able to carve out of Lagos State? From the one we have right now, statistics, they are telling us that the northern part is more populated than the southern here, which we all know is almost impossible when you look at the condition of our region. But when you are still carving out another state, again, out of the state that they already began to, Kaduna State alone has carved out how many out of them before?
Okay.
The Southern Kaduna can govern themselves if they have a proper local government system that leads the answer to its own people. Each local government will have its own police system. I mean, they call it sheriff.
All right.
They will be able to protect themselves. We don't need more states. The one we have already is too much.
Okay.
We should find a way to even dismantle them.
Thank you. I think you've been able to defend that well enough. Thanks for calling to share your opinion. Good morning.
Yeah, good morning, Tata.
Hi. Sounds like Ahmed back on the line. Hey, Ahmed. Thanks for joining. Of course. Go ahead.
For me, I'm an Ibadan man. I also want to sit of our own. We be traveling for Ibadan State for years. But when we look at Nigerian president in the cabinet, creation of state, he was in the situation. It's one airport.
Okay.
Because that argument about other and Kaduna doesn't hold water. What we need in that aspect is the local government autonomy. Let the local government working. If they work like we used to see them back in the day, definitely they will solve their individual security in their various local government. But personally, and Ibadan State is like, I mean, one of your analysts on the youth analog, analogy, I mean, early this morning saying you have to, you can't cater for them. So we try to do better more. How are you going to feed them?
Okay.
Definitely, that's not what you want. Personally, the allocation is not enough for all the states in India to say not to talk of creating more states. Definitely, it will solve our problem. Let them look for other means of, I mean, solving insecurity. Let's have local government autonomy.
All right, Amir. Thank you. Local government autonomy, he says. That's where the solution lies. Hello.
Hello, good morning.
Good morning, sir. Please lower the volume on your radio. Thank you.
Yeah, I've done that.
Great. What's your name?
My name is Dakpo.
Thanks for calling, Dakpo. Please go ahead.
Yes, I just want to buttress what some people have suggested concerning the creation of states. To me, I want the especially Southeast to be given at least a state.
What would be your argument for that?
Because throughout all the regions we have in Nigeria, I think they are the only region that have 5 states. And when we are preaching upon Nigeria, we are preaching what we have been saying, we are equal and all this and this. We can see that place is shortchanged. So we should make sure that...
Is it about the number of the states or about how efficient the states are? Because, I mean, frankly speaking, the southeastern part of Nigeria is like the smallest when you talk about land mass in Nigeria. So does it matter that it is small? Do you think they should just have a state just for fairness sake?
My sister... Don't let us talk about land mass. That is what the Northerners are using even to cheat the other regions.
Okay.
So, from my own opinion, let it be equal.
Okay.
Besides, someone talk about local government. In fact, I really support that argument.
Okay.
But not only creating more local government, let our local government be financially autonomous, have financial autonomy.
Yes.
Let them be autonomous financially. Not that before they can spend, before they can develop their local government, they will first of all go and take permission from one governor or the other. If we want development, let them give our local government financial autonomy.
Right.
Let them be able to develop their own local government without any approval from any quarter.
Okay.
But let the local government be supervised by probably an agency.
So sorry about that. Thank you so much for calling. I think we got the crux of your argument. Good morning.
Good morning. Hello, good morning.
Hi, welcome, sir. What's your name?
Yes, my name is Mayowa.
Thanks for calling. Mayowa.
I want to add to the discussion on creation of states. And I want to start by saying that a lot of the issues that we are facing in the country currently can be traced to two major things. Number one, redistribution of resources, and number two, recognition of minorities. Now, if we actually create states where there's clamoring for creation of states, we are going to actually solve these two problems. Because when you create a new state out of a larger state, you are redistributing resources, and then you are recognizing the minority groups within that region. And in the long run, that helps build peace.
Okay.
So I feel like we should actually consider the value of the argument of these people that are clamoring for creation of states. Because we're only looking at it from the resource aspect that, okay, there's not enough resources for even the states we have, and we're creating more. But at the end of the day, we are spending our resources on security, on building peace, on solving conflicts and everything. But what if we just use those same resources to give these people, distribute resources to them and actually recognize them? Don't you think that most of our problems will be solved?
Do you have assurance that seeing the way the states we already have been run, these new states, when they're created, will be run any differently?
That is where the Nigerian problem comes in. It's good to theorize, talk about it on radio and on air. But when it comes to the ground, we can't be assured that the people that they will finally elect to those offices have the goodwill of the people at heart.
All right. Mayo, you've made great points. Thank you. Thank you so much for contributing. Totally appreciate your contribution for this morning. Our time is fast going by. Let's see if I can take text messages. Good morning, Charity. 20 additional states creation is not the big problem now. Nigerian leaders should consider restructuring, do the needful on proposed constitutional review, and APC government should focus on their 2015 and 2019 manifestos, focus strictly on solving economic crisis in the nation. In addition, this whole idea is not a debt management idea. Okay, I didn't think I got a name for that. Thank you. My sister, talking about state creation at this time is to take away our minds from the current agitation of Oduduwa and Biafra breakaway and restructuring. Oh my God. Good morning, Chacha. We need more states in the south only. The northern states have more states than the south, and most of the states in the northern parts of the country are not viable. But I think this issue is a distraction right now. They should tackle insecurity, please. That's a message from Princess. Thank you. Thank you, Lady Chacha. I think every indigene of Ibadan, like me, having been here for more than 40 years presently, wish an Ibadan state, and it will come to pass, Insha'Allah, for it will encourage developmental competition, but must not exceed a state per each of the present 6 zones, but 2 of the southeast, and land size does not determine population. Don Akabusi sent in that one. Thank you so much, Don. Appreciate it. Good morning. Yes, good morning.
Hello. This is Suleiman Maki.
Hi, Suleiman.
Yes, I think the proponents of this creation of states, some could be either they are mischievous or ignorant of what they were supporting. Number one, mischievous in the sense I'll explain. Mischievous in a sense of trying to dampen the issue of restructuring. You see, the main issue in this country and what will solve some of the problems in this country is restructuring. And then now bringing in a state creation is to do away with restructuring, which will solve some of the problems of Nigeria. Creation of state will not do anything. We saw the state that has been created or existing in Nigeria, that many of them are not viable. In fact, there was a research that said I think about states in Nigeria.
Suleiman, I'm afraid you have to wrap up. I'm almost out of time. Please, can you wrap up your thoughts?
I want to say the creation of state is a distraction. They just want to distract us. And that's if somebody mentioned Kaduna. You see, in 1987, Babangida made a big mistake by creating Kapana outside Kaduna. Gurara State, that is from the state from southern Kaduna, that were supposed to be created because southern Kaduna are not speaking the same language, they are not speaking, they don't practice the same religion that were supposed to be given that state. All
right, I'm afraid I had to go, Suleiman. Thank you so much for your thoughts, and thanks to all of you who called. I mean, very strong points by a lot of listeners, but what I got was decentralized power, make local governments more powerful, and then we can even have something to call something that works. Yeah, this is a developing issue. The Senate says it's not doing this, but of course, things change and things turn. We'll be following it and trust that we'll bring you the details as they unfold here. Thank you so much for being a part of the show. My name is Charity Jerome. Tifun Tedo comes up at 9 tomorrow, God willing. I hope that you go ahead and have a beautiful Monday morning.
Splash FM 105.5.
Bode, now what do you find for kitchen?
My dear, now spoon to drink off medicine.
Honey, take comics. Just here, drink and get relief.
Yes, so summer comics for scratch throat. Comics get dextromethorphan and guanfacine. Just here, drink and get relief from cough. Idekulele to drink.
Are they relieved now? I love comics.
Now, Orange Drugs Limited, they distribute comics. Products will make you drowsy. If symptoms never stop after 3 days, make you waka go see your doctor. Comics, Idekulele.
The big leagues are back, and DSTV is the only place you can watch it all. Enjoy live matches weekly from the best leagues in the world. We're talking the Premier League, La Liga, Serie A, the Champions League, not to mention the return of the Europa League. That's Salah, Kane, Haaland,